Hi there, everyone. It's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Friday! And welcome to the last day in my mass-producing card series, or as Misty likes to put it, the longest cards ever. I'm just kidding. The first 2 days, we did something really, really simple, and today we're going to really step it up. So I'm using this adorable stamp set from Whimsy Stamps. I've had this since last year, and I am in love with these cute little penguins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount them on my Stamparatus, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp onto some of that Hammermill cardstock. And you can see there, I went ahead and put some tick marks. That way I line it up exactly where it needs to go. And I ended up stamping 10 of these, but I only ended up using 8. So again, just use, or maybe that might have been Gina K ink. So after doing that, I wanted to go ahead and add all three of the sentiments, and I wanted to stamp them in 3 different colors. So I was feeling very inspired by this stamp set, I think. So I am using Coastal Cabana, Fleur de Flamingo, and Granny Apple Green for these. And I'm just bringing them back in and just stamping them one after another. So, like I said, this wasn't a very quick process, but I am obsessed with these cards. Like, I may offer them for sale or I may keep them myself. So here's how I clean my mat when I need to. I just have some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and get it all clean. And then I'm going to bring in the colors I'm going to be using for these images. So it's going to be Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Fleur de Flamingo, and then I'm going to bring in a couple of gray markers, or maybe just one gray marker, and then the E00, I think is what it is, and then an orange to color. So the E00, you'll see me color the fur and stuff in just a minute. So I'm going to color in all of the noses. So I kind of did this assembly style too. So I colored all the noses. And then I colored all the, the rest of it. So I left in a lot of the coloring just so you can see. But aren't these images so cute? Oh my gosh. Whimsy Stamps Penguins, and I don't remember the illustrator of this, but she is so good. Their penguins are the cutest penguins I've ever seen in my life. So if you haven't checked out Whimsy Stamps, then you should get over there and do it. Not affiliated. They don't know who I am. But you guys know I was getting their paper door kits there for a while until I got behind, but I'm sure they're going to have a cute one for Christmas, so keep an eye on that. Those go out on the 10th. Speaking of the 10th, if you want to get November's Paper Pumpkin, make sure you sign up by November 10th to get it. Hi. Hello, ma'ams. Yeah. I promise, it's my last voiceover, and then I will give you loves, okay? Yeah, okay. So there you saw me decide if I wanted to use this BG10 marker or if I want to use the Pool Party. And this is actually just a little bit lighter. So I went ahead and used that. I'm going to be using the Pool Party marker to color in one of the hats on this these cards. So you see me there just coloring over the bubbles, and that's because I'm going to be doing something really cool to them later. So I'm just going around and just really kind of outlining around their features, and then coming in with the blender pen and cleaning it up. And there you can see I missed the hand, and I missed I missed his stomach. So yeah, so I love it. Just gives it a little hint of color, and then going over it with the blender pen just really gives it even a lighter hint. And I didn't want to bring in another color to do the penguin. I just wanted to use one color. What, mamas? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter? So once that's done, I'm going to move on to the C. This is C7. And I'm just using this to color in. You don't even really have to do that. I mean, the artist has given you some hash marks for the black, but I really wanted it to be darker and to stand out more. So I'm going to go ahead and use the C7 marker instead of black. What, Mama? You're so mistreated, huh? So mistreated. I promise this is the last one and then I'll come give you loves, okay? I promise. So once I do this, I'm going to go ahead and move on to all of the hats. But like I said, this is simple coloring. I'm not worried about doing a bunch of fancy blends, especially on like their fur. Do penguins have fur? I need to look that up. Do they have fur or do they have feathers? I have no idea. Oh my word. I used to be a teacher. You would think I would know these things. I have not retained any knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to be using Fleur de Flamingo, and I'm going to start just by adding the dark and then going over with the light. And I'm coloring everything that I want to color Fleur de Flamingo at the same time. Roxy, mama, give me a minute, okay? I love you, I do. You gotta give me a minute. I gotta get through this, okay? Oh my word. So I hope you guys can hear her. If not, you think I'm talking to myself. So I really love adding the dark first. Again, I'm trying not to do any fancy blending. I just want a little bit of definition, a little bit of difference between the two colors. So that's why I'm using the dark and the light. And I did speed this part back up. I think earlier I had slowed it down just a little bit. I think all in all, these cards took me about 2.5 hours. But this is, like I said, I've been dying to use a stamp set. And I think I filmed this on a day where I hadn't already done a bunch. I just sat down and filmed. So I really enjoyed the card making process. And here you can see where I'm using the pull party. So I'm starting with the dark and then just adding the light on top of it. So quick and dirty, quick and simple. So pretty time consuming, but these types of cards are ones that you would give to like someone, the most special people. I mean, everybody's special in your life, but we all have, especially if you don't send out photo cards where you send like, a really fancy one to one person and you just send a generic one to the other. Or is that just us? I'm just kidding. Who am I lying to? We're still using box cards from Staples because I can't get it together and send out cards that I make. I'm ashamed. You guys now know my dirty secret. So here I am using dark granny apple green. And then again, just going over it with the light granny apple green. And I'm coloring the hat, that mitten on the bottom left, and then the scarf and the hat on the right. Oh, she got tired of begging. I'm going to give her loves when I'm done. I promise. She's not mistreated. She gets loves all the time. She loves all the time. Bless her heart. Bless her cute little heart. Sorry I don't have any film of her. Anytime she's doing that and I turn on my phone, I think she knows the sound of the camera now because she'll just stop. She's like a kid. When you want her to do something, she just stops. But that's okay. Are these colors just so pretty? So pretty. Pepsi break. Okay, so I'm bringing in, this is the puff paint from Stampin' Up. Make sure that you shake this. I've used it a couple of times and I always forget to shake it. So shake it first. And I'm just using this to go over the ball on the hats and then going over each individual little circle for the snowflakes. And then I'm going to heat each up. So I'm doing this in thirds. That way, or in threes. That way I can... that's how much room I have on my desk. And I don't want to do, all 8 at one time and then, smear it or something like that. Because let's just be honest, I would absolutely smear this. So I'm going to slow this down to normal time so you can see the dimension on that. Isn't that so fun and so cute? I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So yeah, you can see how it is on each card. And each one's different because it just depends on how it comes out of the little tube. So I'm going to speed this back up. We're going to finish the last of these cards. You don't have to do this, but initially I thought I would just go over it with my white gel pen. And I thought, you know what, let me use this puff paint and And it didn't take any longer, really. It would have taken me longer to color in those circles. And then you have to let that dry. And at least with this, once you heat it, it's pretty much dry and done and ready to go. Once it puffs, you're ready to move on. Move on with your life. So next, I'm going to be cutting some Fleur de Flamingo cardstock. Cutting this to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. My card bases are going to be Calypso, Misty, Coastal Cabana. That's like the third time I've done that. So I cut down the Whisper White for the insides to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I am cutting these down. I've scored them at 5 1/2 and I'm cutting them at 4 1/4. You guys know that portrait style cards are my absolute favorite. So I didn't bother with a sentiment on the inside of this because it has 3 sentiments on the outside. So yeah, do that. And then I'm going to adhere everything flat. I didn't add any ribbon or any other embellishment to these. I felt like actually that's a lie. I had to bring in some glitter. You had to know that. Bring out my Scotch tape gun. Haven't used this in forever. I think I actually, no, I don't know. Did I use it in a video earlier? No, I don't think so. I can't remember. But anyway, using this is really great for when you're mass producing too. My only problem is it gets a little heavy for me because of my myasthenia. So I only break it out when I'm out of something else, and I probably was out of Snell or something. So anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. This will be the last video that was pre-filmed before my surgery. So after this, hopefully I will be able to catch up on comments and everything else. So yeah, so make sure you follow the links down below to go over to the coordinating blog post. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you Monday for a new set of cards. Bye for now.